Makulay ang
Jazel Pangilinan, weaving identity, nature, and symbolism through wire and stone. In a time when technology tends to dominate sensorial creativity, artists such as Jazel Pangilinan of the Makulay Artist Guild provide a much-needed reminder of the loveliness inherent in the organic and elemental. An up-and-coming Filipino sculptor whose work features his unique manipulation of wire, stone, and symbolic imagery. Pangilinan's work incorporates organic surrealism and symbolic realism to create an unusual visual vocabulary that addresses identity, memory, and interconnectedness. Pangilinan's medium of choice wire may initially seem simple, but it becomes a vessel of profound artistic dialogue in his hands. His creations are more than decorative. They are ecosystems, each carefully composed from natural elements like stones, wood, and insects. Through sculptural wire forms, he builds narrative installations that balance fragility and permanence, spirit and material. His wire butterflies, for example, are caught in flight, frail, suspended shapes that suggest both the exhilaration of freedom and the danger of exposure. Grounding these transient forms are rocks weighty, immovable, earthy. In these oppositions, Pangilinan maps the drama of motion and stasis, of the spirit's aspirations and the limitations of the flesh. The spider web is the most suggestive motif in Pangilinan's oeuvre, tenderly draped over drawings, frames, and even portraits. The web is an optical interest and a metaphor. It represents interconnectedness, fragility, and the invisible frameworks that bind us, such as memory, emotion, or history. In a dramatic installation, a double portrait is half concealed behind a fragile web of thin wire. Tiny, multicolored bodied spiders glow against the grayscale pencil portrait. The contrast questions the audience if they were seen or caught, or if the contrast helps recollect their memories. These recurring nature-influenced motifs aren't arbitrary. They are purposeful metaphors for forming, snagging, and reshaping identity and experience throughout life. Pangilinan's style can best be described as organic surrealism, underscored by symbolic realism. His materials are raw, tactile, and earthly, yet the final compositions feel otherworldly. Like windows into a deeper consciousness, there is poetry in his process, where form and message are inseparable. Rather than overpowering the viewer, his works whisper truths. A butterfly's suspended motion, a web's quiet stretch across wood, or a portrait partially hidden, invite viewers to slow down and look again. His pieces ask not to be decoded but to be experienced, felt as much as understood. And in that pause, in that extra moment of attention, is where Pangilinan's art lives. Transformation is at the core of Jazel Pangilinan's thematic scope. Whether it is the transformation of the butterfly, the spider's incessant web weaving, or the weighty burden of stones, his work frames the layers of change in human life. In his wire art installations, he encourages us to question how we too are constantly changing, complexed by memories, dreams, relationships, and nature. His works are both personal and familiar to everyone. Although firmly planted in Filipino creativity, they reach beyond space, addressing an ageless, intrinsic part of human nature. There is a quiet existentialism at work here, not loud or hopeless, but contemplative, rooted in the idea that every thread, every object, and every story matters. As a member of the Makulay Artist Guild, Pangilinan stands among a collective of Filipino artists in Kuwait dedicated to promoting culture, identity, and artistic excellence. What makes his contribution particularly unique is how he reimagines traditional Filipino symbolism through modern mixed media practices. While many artists focus on color, canvas, or performance, Jazel's focus on tactility wire, thread, and physical space sets him apart. He doesn't just present art, he creates immersive microcosms that invite physical and emotional participation. This Makulay spirit, diverse, dynamic, deeply rooted, is visible in every strand of his work. Jazel Pangilinan's art is a quiet force in a world captivated by spectacle. It speaks not in noise, but in nuance, not in declarations, but in symbols. His sculptures are not loud billboards, they are gentle provocations, urging us to re-examine the materials, memories, and meanings we often overlook. His artistry reminds us that the natural world still holds stories worth telling, and that simple materials can reveal great truths. His work shows nature and narrative are never far apart, from wire butterflies to haunting pencil portraits suspended in spider silk.